I'm going to break down some very important things to you. I hope you're not medicated so you can pay attention. Barack Obama is indeed the Antichrist.
One of
He
them.
is indeed the tall, dark building that was prophesied in October of 2007. It says, he blamed President Obama for the persecution of Christians at home and abroad. That is absolutely true. Then on down it says Christian values are threatened in the United States, citing Obama's federal health care law. Well, and it also goes in to say to pay for contraceptive for workers. Now, let me break that down to you. Contraception stops people from having babies. It's not 100%. But meanwhile, it also hurts and, in time, kills the person taking them. I don't care what you've read, that's the facts. So, if Obama can get people to take these things, it not only stops future humans from being born, it also kills the person taking them. And the person taking them is, in fact, committing self-termination and suicide, in which they go straight to hell. Now, on down here, it says discrimination against people of faith. There almost seems to be. No, it is a fact. Now, to the left, it says Grimes, whoever she is, her abortion decision should be between herself, her doctor, and her God. Well, I got news for you. If you go to a doctor, that is your God. And you will get what you deserve. Now, in 2011, I contacted the ACLU because I was being terrorized by several factions folks. And the ACLU said it wasn't worth. It said it's not an assessment of worthlessness of my case. That pretty much means yes. Now, devils protect only other devils, and that's a fact, whether you're black or white. Now, in 2011, when Federal HUD came in and cleaned up some of the housing authority issues, in March of 2013, I got a vehicle. I got a scooter. At that time, there was no rules about having scooters. Well, Sam Husky, which is ex-military, and he is still psycho, I believe, it's my opinion, even to the point of owning a Army Green vehicle.
And he's Connie's candidate.
Says, while passing out no trespassing lists to residents, I came up on Paula Whitfield apartment and noticed a lot of stuff on her brick wall.
Now, if you've done the other videos, he was looking for something, but he didn't notice other people's stuff.
And on her porch, as well as a moped between the building. I talked to Miss Whitfield about hanging stuff outside. If you are putting nails in anything other than the nails we provide, maintenance got to be notified. He told me that maintenance had an issue with it. Now, these nails were stuck between cracks, and they had been hanging there since I moved in 2009. And he just noticed them in 2013. These plaques are the 10 Commandments and such. He asked me about the coffee table. I told him someone was coming after that. And a bed slack that was on the porch. The bed slack was to load the scooter cycle. It says no grill can be sitting on the rail of the porch, but other people had those. Go back and see the photos. And I said I would take care of all that, but he didn't say I had to take them down. And then later, yeah. And then he said he thanked me for listening and he would check on these next week. No, he did not. When Housing Authority knocks on your door, push your record button, take out your SIM. Yeah. Everything was taken care of except the 10 Commandments on my wall because he did not say to remove them. Well, if you've heard previous videos, I got a surprise attack, and this is what I received. And if you've read on Facebook, AK Whitfield in the notes, that in a detailed account on how I got this, I wasn't supposed to get. All right? The rules change for me. Now, Federal HUD done a good, outstanding job of fixing things, but the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in Georgia told me that the Kentucky Commission on Human Rights will attempt to informally resolve the complaint through conciliation. No, there was no agreement. There was no talk. They just made their minds up that they weren't guilty of discrimination. What a lie. If you've seen everything, you'll come to the same conclusion. I want you to pay very close attention to this. Kentucky Commission on Human Rights Executive Director is John J. Johnson. I can't guarantee it, but I bet he's a black man. Now this says a dismissal of complaint, da-da-da-da-da. It was dismissed. The complaint was dismissed. You see, I was the only white person here that didn't date blacks, didn't deal drugs, wasn't doing drugs, and didn't put up with their crap. Well, it says the complaint is dismissed with prejudice. It was a whole lot of prejudice and finding a no probable cause. Wow. Now, George Stinson, chairperson, signed it. Well, he had to because he was probably forced to. Or they're all medicated. The devils and demons, they really have fun doing stuff to you. And you let them because you're medicated. So to a certain extent of complaints damages, yada, 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 this is all crap. They just want to know how much drama they caused you. You wouldn't get it anyway. Here's one: medical expenses, physicians, counseling, medication, treatment, or other bills. Yeah, you see, they wanted me to be harassed, and they did in 2010. They harassed me plumbing two mental hospitals, I believe, or maybe 3. Property losses and damages. Oh, I lost my child. I mean, she's not dead, but she left. So you can't put a price on that. Property damage. Lost my car. Any other expenses? Yeah, don't get me started. Then to describe why you wanted to live there opposed to anywhere else. I told them because it was cheap. And then have responses action cost you this and that. Have they inconvenienced you? Have they actions affected you emotionally? How did respondents' action make you feel? Angry, sad, shocked, depressed, discouraged, fed up, other. Look at this. Did it affect my self-esteem? You see, they want to know just how bad they got you so they can do it to somebody else. Well, MHA, Kentucky HUD, Kentucky Housing, Human Rights Division, how am I making you feel right now? Yeah. How did the actions affect your search for housing? Were you ashamed of your race? Did I cry? Did I yell? Did I use profanity? Did I fear I couldn't protect my family? Yeah. They want to know just how messed up they got you to be. How did the respondents' actions negatively impact your personal relationships? Diminished trust? Negative attitudes? Lost interest? Lost patience? Did respondents' action cause you to have any physical symptoms? Headache, lost sleep, nightmares, yada, 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 yada. Wow. Have you sought medical or professional counseling because of them? No, MHA needs to. They need to be put on more medication. Then they want you to state who can provide additional information or testify at your trial. These are people that they can mess with. And of course, they've got labeled on here doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, and counseling. Now, if you've seen the videos on A.K. Whitfield, federal mental health lies and distorts. So, of course, demons defend demons. That's just a fact. Now, while the housing beats on my door for petty things, they send out this. Stop throwing raw meat on the playground trash cans. Pouring grease in your sinks. What about pouring grease in your yard and food in the backyards? Yeah, this is a health and safety issue and can lead to termination of your lease or failure to cooperate if they choose to. Now, November 2014, Shauna Boom says she's going to be going somewhere else anyway. Now down here, Thanksgiving turkey winners. This is bribery. I have never in all my years lived any housing, and I've lived here before, that had so many briberies. Turkey briberies, prizes for decorations, outings. It's bribery. Now these winners, Davis, Arnett, I know those two are black, and I bet they're getting to housing. Oh wait, Daisy Davis. Isn't Connie's maiden name Davis? Yeah. Mandatory health and safety. That was about their bed bugs. I don't have them, but you saw that video, or you heard it. December 2014. Christmas decorating contest, ham winners. Let's see, Johnson, Husky, Johnson, Slayton, Johnson. These are all Kansas staff members. Yeah. July 2011, more bribery. Preschool supplies and backpacks, okay? And then we're in the process of having security cameras installed on all housing property. I don't believe that was done. September 2013, annual yard sale. You see, they have a yard sale where they sell the stuff that they accumulate. You've heard those witnesses. But the housing people can only have a yard sale in October. Now, in October, nobody goes to yard sales. Everybody goes to yard sales through the summer. But see, that would conflict with their money making. Yeah. Community service. Sam Husky will be making visits. Yeah. Housekeeping inspection. Please check your mailbox on a regular basis to ensure you receive important information we send out. That means if you cannot go to the mailbox like I can, you're in trouble. And then new rules about don't letting your guests do this, don't do that. Do not stand in the flower beds and do not use them for storage. Furniture. Only lawn furniture is used outside. Yeah. Remove kitchen chairs, couches, mattresses from your porch immediately. Then they have a riddle down here for fun. Really? Oh, and FYI, if you need information about the medications you're taking, Pennyroyal will be at Adrian Circle, October 29, 2013. So Pennyroyal Mental Health now makes house calls? Of course they do. They want you medicated stupid. Zero income. If you're reporting you have no income, you have to do it every month. That's ridiculous. And I just saw this, but it's not in the lease. Yeah. And here's another notice, but it doesn't happen to have any date on it. Don't put your checks and money orders in the drop box. Hand deliver them, because it just might get disappeared. All right? Free turkey. More robberies. Yeah. And you can only have a guest 14 days out of the year. That's not per guest, that's period. Okay, please make sure your guests stay in your yard and not disturbing other residents. Any cars on Housing Authority property that don't have parking tags or visitors tags will be towed. That's a lie. Free lunch, YMCA, between the ages of
Maybe YMCA, maybe not.
0 and 18 years. No, I've seen grown people go pick up food, okay? And it wasn't for the kids either. And then they give you Social Security news. Now let's look at this 2011 no trespass list. There's that Lee Trey Lilies again. And that LaBradford Campbell that was put on the new no trespassing, you saw that. I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they're medicated stupid. I want to touch base on other complexes. This one is operated by Trudy Parker. Remember that name, Parker. Pennyroyal Park Apartments. I didn't even apply after I read some stuff on it. 4 classes of applicants that will be refused admission. Applicants who have been evicted within the last 3 years from federally assisted housing for drug-related criminal activity or non-payment of rent. Well, when you get an eviction from Massillville Housing Authority because you pissed them off because you stood up for yourself, you will not get in here. And of course, they will do like the other ones I've showed you on AK Whitfield. They will lie on you. Alcohol abusers whose behavior could interfere with health, safety, and right to peaceful enjoyment. Could. It depends on who the alcohol abusers are. Number 17, have you or blah, 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 a member ever been convicted or have a history? If you don't have a criminal record, it's because you had the money to buy your way out of it, or you're one of them. Have you ever had issues with bed bugs? No. Housing Authority sure does. Now, this is a rejection letter from Dawson. Stephen Parker. Oh, wait, wasn't Parker last name on that other one? I wonder if there can. I was refused because landlord reference checks revealed I owed money to a previous landlord. Yeah, Elk Creek Properties. I owe him 2 months' rent. Landlord checks reveal you have a history of disruptive behavior. That's a lie. Or damaging site property. That's a lie. Now here it says a home visit or a landlord reference check. You mean they go visit your home? Police records, blah, 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 history, blah, blah, blah. So, one Parker runs one and another Parker runs the other. Now, there's a whole lot of kin by marriage or blood, Johnsons. I have Johnsons live next door. Does Johnson live in the projects? Now, they're kin by marriage to Connie Reynolds. Oh, wait. Does that John Johnson and kin? I wonder if he's any kin to the Johnsons at Human Rights Division. Imagine that. Now, after all this, I get contacted by Cabinet for Human Resources. It's Kentucky. Police stand up for each other. Now, I have to fill out this attached pain and daily activities questionnaire, much detail as possible. You see, they want you in pain and on meds, so you are helpless. The Antichrist and devils are very real. Undrug and unplug. Your soul depends on it, and that's my spiritual advice.
Now, this is a Kentucky statute. It's a law for them, but they don't use it. Yeah. They don't go to jail. It's a law that's a joke.
If you cannot connect all these dots, then it just might be too late for you.
Yes, he's the Antichrist. And the new one you just put in is the Antichrist. Yeah. It's just the way it is.
And that's sad because I really don't want you to go to hell. But that's the way it is. And it's everywhere. It ain't just here. Peace, people.
Connected, and I went into detail about some of them on AK Whitfield Facebook in the notes. I'm a Christian. I was a Christian, and I'm still a Christian. And don't you dare believe that Christians just sit back and take it. All through the Bible, they fought back. I'm a prime example of that. Peace, people.